to another edition of Sudoku Variants, where I teach you how to solve Sudoku variants the easy way. Today we're looking at a variant called 0 to 9. This is an easy level and so should not produce too much issues. The 0 to 9 is put in each row, column, and it's a 3x3 grid without repeating any numbers. However, there's a little box with a line through it. Notice that a number can be put on either side of that line. This means that two numbers will both be valid inside that box. We are going to look at row 2, where only one number can be placed as we only have one empty square. Count. 0, 1, 2 is missing, and we fill in the 2. We can then fill in the other empty square in this 3x3 grid. Three, 4 is missing, we fill it in. Moving on over to the left row 1, let's do cross hatching, count both row 1 and column 5, each number in order to see which number can go here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is missing, 8, 9. We can put the 7 here. This leaves us with only one number left to fill in. In row 1, count 0, 1, 2 is missing, so I fill it in. Look at the two empty boxes and counting. I know I need the 0 and 1. I look at column 3 and see a 0. This means that I put the 0 in column 2 and the 1 in column 3. Moving to the right, column 4, let's use cross-hatching while counting in order the numbers in the 3x3 grid and in column 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is missing, 9 is missing. I look at the 3x3 grid in the middle and look for an 8. I do not see an 8. Now I look for the 9. This means I cannot put a 9 here next to the 9. And in column 4, there is no other empty box that can take the 9. So I put it in row 3, column 4. I can now put in the 8, as that is the only number left in this 3x3 grid. Okay, moving down to the middle section, I count 0, 1, 2 is missing, 3, 4 is missing, 5, 6, 7, 8 is missing, 9. Okay, 2, 4, 8 I need to find. I look at column 4. I do see a 4, but do not see a 2 or 8. I will next look at row 6 and column 6. I need to find a 2, 4, and 8. I see an 8, but do not see a 2 or a 4. Recap. I cannot put a 4 in column 4. Now put an 8 in column 6. Therefore, I must put the 4 in column 6. Okay, this leaves the 2 and 8. Looking at rows 4 and 6, I do not see a 2 or an 8. I mark the 2, 2, 8 naked pair in the boxes and move on. Let's look at column 1, row 4, the 3x3 grid. Counting 0, 1, 2 is missing, 3, 4 is missing, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is missing. I need a 2, 4, and 9. Now looking at column 1, I see a 9. So I know I cannot put a 9 there. I also see a 9 in row 4. Thus, I can only put the 9 in row 5, column 2. This leaves us with the 2 and 4. I look at column 6, I look at row 6 and see a 4. I put the 4 in row 4, column 1, and the 2 in row 6. This leaves us with one number left for column 1. I count and put it in. Did you put in the 5? Good. Let's look at column 2. Counting 0, 1 is missing, 2, 3 is missing, 4, 5, 6 is missing, 7, 8, 9. Now look at row 7. Now we need to fill in a 1, 3, and 6. I do not see anything here of those numbers. I move to row 8. In row 8, I see a 3 and a 6. This means I must put the 1 here. Moving on to row 9, I see a 1 and a 3. This means I must put what number here? Did you say 6? Good. So what number is left to put in? I put in the 3 and we are done with this column. Moving to column 3, I count 0, 1, 2 is missing, 3, 4 is missing, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is missing. Now, 2, 4, 9. I do not see in row 7. I then look at row 8 and see only a 4. I see a 4 in row 9 as well. Because I must put a 4 in this column, column 3, and because rows 8 and 9 already have a 4, I must put the 4 in row 7. Now we have the 2 and 9 left. I am not seeing where either could go, so I call these a naked pair because no other numbers can go in these 2 empty squares, and put in my marks. Moving on over to row 4, I see that I am missing a 2, 5, 6, and 8. Looking at column 9, I see the 2 and 5. Looking at column 8, I see the 6. Looking at column 7, I see the 8. I am not seeing anything that tells me where to put what. I will move on down to row 9. I count 0, 1, 2 is missing, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 missing, 9 missing. Looking at column 5, I see a 9 and a 2. This means I must put the 8 here, as that is the only other number missing in this row. Looking at row 6, I do not see a 2 or a 9. Looking at row 8, I need a 0, and that 0 can't go in in column 3. So I must put it in column 8. There already is a 0 in column 9. I am missing a 2 and a 9. I look at column 9 and see a 2. This means I must put a 9 here, and then the 2 over here. Nine here. Nine here. And 2 here. Looking at this bottom middle 3x3 grid, we are missing the 1 and 9. Looking at column 5, I see a 9. This means I can put the 1 in column 5 and the 9 in column 6. Moving to the right, I am missing a 2, 6, 8. I will look above and not see a 2, 6, or 8 that is doubled in any column. I will simply put in marks. Notice that the pattern is that 2 squares take a 2, a different 2 squares take the 6, and a different 2 squares take an 8, and all within 3 unique squares. I call this a toggle. I'm going to move to row 4 and put in my marks there as well. Now I need a 2, 5, 6, and 8. Now I have another naked pair here with the 2, 6. Now this is way cool because this means that no other box can take a 2 or a 6 in column 7. This this also means when we count, we will only have 2 numbers that can go in these 2 empty boxes. Zero, missing 1, 2, 2 is missing but taken, 3, 4, 5, 6, missing but taken, 7, 8, and 9 is missing. Only the 0 and 9 can go in these 2 boxes. I look at row 5 and what do I see? Do you see a 0 or a 9? I see 9, which means I must put the 0 here. And the 9 here. Moving on over to the column 9, I count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is missing, and stop. Why do I stop? I see another naked pair, the 6 and 8 pair. Plus, we are only missing one other number, which we already know cannot go in row 4 or 7. I put in the 4 and move on. Row 5 only has one number left. Count and see what number goes there. 0, 1, 2 is missing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I fill in the 2. I then go and look at my markings because I have a 2 I can move from 2 different markings. This makes the row 7, column 8, take an 8, and because the 8 was put in, I could then remove the 8 from the markings in row 4. I then only had the 5 left to fill in. Look at the bottom row 7 and see that I can remove the 8 from column 9. I put in the 6 and then remove the 6 from my marks. I then fill in the only number that could go in the box and keep on removing the wrong numbers and filling in the right ones. I now only have let one number left to fill in, and so I count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is missing, and I fill it in. And we are done, folks. We solved a 0 to 9 Sudoku variant. Thank you for solving this one with me. See if we can get that down. Please like, subscribe, and share. I hugely appreciate it. Thanks again and have a wonderful day. Bye.